Well, that on its face doesn't mean anything. I mean, why is it shaped like an eye? Maybe his dad was an optometrist. I don't know. You sure is a question asking ass nigga. Golly.
Oh, you son of a bitch. They're doing a full lockdown of the UK. So listen to this one now. They're not just introducing the UK digital ID. They're saying that every UK citizen has to be in bed by 10 p.m. They are also looking to turn off the TV and internet by 10 o'clock. They claim it's to reduce digital addiction. They say too many people are spending far too much time online.
You need your rest to get up and slave away in the morning. You're staying up way too late, doom scrolling. Now get up and get in that goddamn coal mine. Jeez, you lazy bum. Or at least that's what it seems like the UK is saying. They probably are not saying that. YouTube, they not saying that. They love you to get to work. Their love for you to get to work. There you go.
It's a complete wimp.
But it don't just stop there. They're saying by April 2026, they're going to be stopping Google Maps, GPS, and all satellite navigational systems. Why are they doing this?
Oh, is it because in the end times it's going to be like the days of Noah? I heard that somewhere. I may not have heard it nowhere. But you leave it in the comments if that sounds like some evil fuck shit that these niggas would do. Just make everybody lost. I mean, Noah didn't have Google Maps on the boat. He was just, well, he did have God telling him where to go. Well, I guess that's the best Google map. But I don't got that, nigga. You got that app? You got the God app on your phone? Where you get it from?
They say anybody breaking this law or found awake after 10 p.m. will be fined on the spot. They say even the internet suppliers will be supporting the UK government by informing them who's online and who is active past 10 p.m. And in some cases, they're just going to turn off your internet completely. So it seems that there's more to worry about than the digital ID. It seems that they're going to be doing a full lockdown on the UK.
Okay, note to self. Fuck the UK! Exclamation point.
During Kai's recent Mafiathon stream, Mario ended up on the stream to talk about his new music.
Okay, for my younger viewers who don't know who Mario is, he's got such bangers like
If I was your man, baby, you never worry about what I do.
And
But you say I'm just a friend. Say I'm just but you say I'm just a friend.
damn, I just realized those are like old-timey 1930s tunes to you guys today. Alright, witchcraft. Let's continue.
He walked in the stream holding this strange crystal rod in his hand and started telling Kai that he uses the rod to collect energy and for other mythical reasons. Kai even grabbed the magical rod and is seen showing it off to the stream.
What's that right there?
Sure. This like, bro, this right here, bro. Like it's the end of the summer. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm trying to close out the summer with the most positive energy ever. I got a lot of great things happening.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like my staff, bro. It's like got a bunch of crystals.
Did you
and
make
stuff on it. Nah, I got it in Venice.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you got it made?
Nah, it was already made.
It was already made. You just got it.
Like because I saw.
So what does it mean?
A lot of these. So I don't know if y'all like crystals and stuff like that, but a lot of these crystals are independent crystals. But when you put it together, so we got amethyst, we got pyrite, we have some. What else we got? Pyrite. We have hematite, citrine.
And you go everywhere with this right now?
Quartz crystal, not everywhere, but it's special. It's a
How about
special day.
Yeah.
You got a lot of energy in here, like a lot of positive. You're doing a lot of positive things. So I just wanted to bring.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Good energy. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Damn, chat.
Yeah, it's crazy.
While girls think that they're cute and that they're sold for good energy and all that nonsense, they actually have been used by witches and occultists for centuries as a spiritual and magical conduit. This is something Mario himself admits during a recent interview. Mario recently did an interview where he brought up the subject of the occult and witchcraft. He brings up the conversation of the crystal rod and explains that it was a witchcraft ritual. He told the interviewer that everything's infused with witchcraft, even going as far to claim that everybody uses witchcraft without knowing.
Everybody uses witchcraft without knowing. Then that means
I hope you're not Christian and you're somebody that looks in the mirror and says affirmations to yourself or gives yourself pep talks. Why? Because that means that you practice witchcraft, and witchcraft is a sin and condemned according to the Bible. Not only is it witchcraft, but it is mirror magic that you're practicing without even realizing it.
Whoa. This is getting too deep. Mirror magic? Like the evil queen from Snow White?
Yes, that's the one.
When you say witchcraft, do I don't think people critically think about
how much witchcraft and what witchcraft actually represents and what it means, right? When you say it to a person who understands occult knowledge, and when I say that, I just mean the things that most people don't study, right? That's something that means you practice certain rituals based on intentions.
Practicing rituals based on intentions
that have certain outcomes. You want to call it witchcraft? Cool. You want to call it spirituality? Cool. But I think that when people say, oh, that's witchcraft, it's because they don't understand that they also are involved in witchcraft and don't even know it in life.
No, people aren't saying, oh, that's witchcraft because they also are involved with witchcraft and they don't even know it. They're saying, oh, that's witchcraft because it's the craft of a witch. Don't try to justify it and say, oh, but you're doing it and you don't know you're doing it. That's why they have to tell you. Aha! Because it doesn't work unless they tell you that you're doing it. Like, you can't sign a contract under duress. You can't sign the contract and you don't know you signing the contract. The devil has to tell you. I don't know. It's in the cosmic rules somewhere. Ask these Anunnaki hoes. There's enough of them out here, you big booty witch.
There's so much going on that people don't understand. I'm a person who like to bring things to the light slowly. And I don't mind people judging it what they don't understand. It's fine. I'm here. I'm a teacher. I'm a student and a teacher at the same time. So what you saw me carrying was a staff with a bunch of crystals on it that all work to both protect, emit, pull in, and ground energy. So I had it's about 16 different crystals I had on the staff. All of them have different purposes. And so at the top, I think I have an amethyst at the top and a quartz at the bottom, or vice versa. So quartz magnifies energy. There's quartz crystals in your phones. There's crystals in computers. Why? Because they use as a conduit, right? They have some copper on there as well. Copper is what ancient Egyptians used to also ground energy and to protect and keep the energy flowing through their body. Then you have amethyst, which is a protection stone and cleansing stone. You have hematite and citrine and pyrite. Pyrite came from a meteorite that hit the planet over 50 million years ago.
These angels that he corrupted, that was thrown out of heaven, are the demons that roam the earth today. They're the demons that whisper in the ears of your favorite psychic when you go get your palm read. And these demons that have been watching you since you was young. And so they whisper in the ear of the psychic. They tell you your age and the last boyfriend you had and what city you was born in, because they've been watching you. And then they start to prophesy and tell you about your future and lead you away from the Lord. And because we're not read, because you love sermons but you don't read, you don't know that that stuff is demonic. Your little tarot cards, your little sage, your little crystals, your little readings, all that stuff is demonic. How are you praying to God and got crystals next to your Bible at the same time?
Oh, wait, hold on. I was dating a tarot card girl one time. You trying to tell me she was demonic? I mean, she did have a Roomba with a pentagram drawn on it. But I thought she was just quirky.
We could have been a good couple. We could have had something special. But you one crazy ass bitch.
Because they think this is real. Nothing that you can see is real now. They used to say believe half of what you see and half of what you hear. And I'm saying don't believe none of what you see and none of what you hear. Walk by faith and not by sight. Your sight go trick you.
Who you predict to win?
Them. It won't be no winners, homie. They win. Homie, listen. Whenever they put the Roman games together, the Roman Empire wins. No matter who wins down there, they give you the winner. They pick the winner. So why are you picking a winner? I don't want to be tricked no more, homie, so I can't answer that question.
Behind so much religion, behind so much activity, Satan is the one who's being worshipped. He's the person. And even by some who go to church and chapel on Sunday, in reality, he's their God. For they worship the things that he offers them. They want the things of the world that he belongs to and rules over, rather than setting their mind on the things that are above where Jesus is. And if you want this world, and if you want the things of this world, then I give you a piece of advice. Make Satan your God. If you want this world, he's a wonderful God to have because he'll give it to you. There's only one snag. There's always a price to pay. When the bill comes in, you may not be quite so happy, but he'll give it to you. He can give you money, he can give you fame, he can give you anything you want. Because it's his to give.
I gotta tell you, man, a lot of this stuff, I be hoping that it's not true. Because if it is true, I've got to get a hold of some edibles immediately.
That's why you can't use their definitions. You can't use words the way that they use the same words. Because they always misuse them. And if you misuse them the same way that they misuse them, then you will inevitably start thinking the way that they do. They use language to hypnotize you until you just become another player in their virtual reality game. We know that there's a seal on their hearing, on their hearts, and on a veil over their vision. So very literally, they are incapable of surveying and understanding or conveying reality. You know, if you ask a blind man to describe how something looks and you believe his description instead of what you see with your own eyes, well, I don't know who's more blind, him or you. You should have never asked him in the first place. You should have never asked him to describe something in the first place, because you know he can't see, much less treated his definition as, or his description as definitive. When you do this, it disables your ability to not only understand yourself and your society properly, but also to correctly understand objectively their society. So you have to dismantle the whole architecture of falsehood and deception that permeates their whole discourse, not only for our own sake, but for theirs as well. I mean, first and foremost, we have to do it because the truth is paramount to us. We're witnesses to mankind. So we have to be reliable witnesses, and that means being objective, and it means being accurate. Muslims are the ones, the only ones, who are religiously obligated to see and understand the world as it really is, obligated to be realistic and unbiased in our assessment and in our judgment. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala warns us against following our own inclinations. So this has to be expanded to include not only not following our own inclinations, but not following those who follow their own inclinations, who do nothing but follow their own inclinations. You can't be impartial and unbiased if you're accepting a version of reality from those who are biased and those who are partial. This is basic. They are fundamentally what is referred to in literature as unreliable narrators. And again, I'm not just talking about, you know, not believing when they tell you some piece of news, no, or some version of history. I'm talking about what it has done to them to have been raised from birth on incessant lies and fake history, and what it has done to them to live in a world confined within the parameters and within the framework of their cult mentality, their cult paradigm. A cult paradigm that completely prohibits them from recognizing, much less acknowledging or understanding reality as it actually is, which includes the reality of their own actions and their own behavior. They're prohibited from understanding it. We get moved into their paradigms without even realizing it, because we don't grasp the massive cultural and historical context of reality avoidance that underlies everything they say and everything they believe. We take them at face value, which you absolutely cannot do. You cannot afford to accept their words as honest, even if they're saying what they're saying sincerely, because as I said, they may very well believe what they're saying. They may actually think that it's reasonable and sensible and true, what they're saying. But we're obliged, in my opinion, it's our duty, in my opinion, to dissect whatever they say, like performing an autopsy to determine the time of death and the cause of death. We have to do an examination to determine the cause of the deception and the time when they lost connection to the truth.
If it makes sense, why would I reject it? As the Christian-raised man Honest Adonis is, if it made sense, why would I reject it? I don't remember Christ teaching that. Maybe he did. You can leave it in the comments and tell me where it says, if it makes sense, don't believe it anyway.
Say, bro, something strange is going on in this movie. We gotta get to the bottom of what's going on, bro. This movie's called Black Knight, starring Martin Lawrence. Bro, people just don't fall into the water and come out the water into a whole different time.
Well, people don't. I hear a lot of folks talking about the waters up above. Space don't exist. That's why I showed this graphic of the waters up above. Shout out to you. Say I get it in the comments if you got this reference when you first saw it. You heard Mario, his amulet staff walking around with ass talking about some crystal coming from the sky, falling from space 50 million years ago. So were they trying to give us some kind of example? Because as we all know, they gotta tell you. They just don't have to tell you when they're telling you or how they're telling you. But anyway, let's keep going.
Bro, they never explained how him falling in the water took him to the medieval times. Like how, bro? I know this is a fictional movie. They can do whatever they want with it. But this movie is based on natural human being lives, not supernatural. So obviously, we're dealing with some type of witchcraft going on. There's a witch in this movie somewhere. Who is it? Who's responsible for putting this magic necklace in the water that turns into a portal? That would be his boss, who really is a witch. That is not just an earring. That is a representation of a gemstone. She's using magic. See, there's new competition coming. You see that paper he reading? It's called Castle World. That's the new competition that they're up against. So she's having a meeting with her workers. She's letting her workers know that this new competition is not going to run her out of business. She's going to fight it. But Martin over here decides to make a joke about it, saying that he thinks she should retire and just take the money and go. First, she gives him this look like if he only knew who he really talking to. And then she says this.
You don't get it, do you? I had high hopes for you.
She said, you don't get it, do you? I had high hopes for you. Meaning that she don't have no more hope for this guy. She's gonna use him. Then, check this out. She toss a can to him and tell him to go clean. And look at her face. And then she closed her eyes as if she's not proud about what she's fenced to do. She sent him out there to go clean for a reason. See, all Martin cared about was money. He was actually going to leave this job and go work for the people who they in competition with. They got an application right there. So right out back, she already knew that gold necklace was going to get his attention to transfer him into this portal. See, a lot of people looking at it like she from this time Martin from. She not from his time, bro. She's from the medieval time. See, she not who you think she is. She's a straight up witch. She using the same portal Martin fell in to get here.
Now, some people hearing this might be like, oh, he reaching, bro. The only reason I don't think he's reaching is because of all these tarot card girls that's going on today, all of the witchcraft that's happening when we, yes, including me, don't even realize that we're doing, because it's just been ingrained into the fabric of American society, dude. I mean, look at the leopard print. I mean, ain't that a crystal in her ear? Wasn't Mario talking about crystals and all of this? And I didn't even mean to turn this into witchcraft. The video just turned into that. Shout out to everybody who knows that Honest Adonis was a DJ when he was a kid. And making these videos is like damn near throwing a party, putting a mixtape together. And in the party, you just like, you got your sets pre-planned, but then sometimes you just be freestyling and just throwing stuff in there, dude. As long as the crowd keep dancing. And that's kind of what this thing turned into. But let's keep going with it.
This medieval family fun center that she owns is not a theme park. It's a front. She's using this as a front. She's just a witch who's trying to start a new life in a new era, in Martin's era. But there was one more witch that was in the medieval times that she needed also. And that's when Martin come in at. She used him to get this witch. This is the second witch. This is why he sent into that portal. Little do he know he's going to free this witch. That's why towards the end of the movie, when he went back into the portal and he went back into the world he was in, none of them people came with him. None of them was there except that witch. She's the only one that made it out. Why is that? See, he don't realize that he was used to bring a witch from the medieval times to his times. He don't know what he just did. And look at this. Now that they used him, they don't need him no more. So you know what they gonna do? They gonna get rid of him. Immediately after she left, he chased her. She knew he was gonna do this. And look what happens. Falls right back into the portal, only to be sent in the gladiator days. Why? Because they don't need him no more. So they just gonna have him to be eaten by lions. So he runs and he runs, and then the movie goes off. Bro, obviously the lions killed him. It was all a setup, bro. Now you see why she looked sad when she sent him out that room, because she knew she was about to use him and he was about to be killed. Like I said, it's not a theme park. This is a witch hunting ground. They even showing you the pentagram before it shows the park. You see that thing that's spinning? This simply represents a pentagram.
Bro, that was a devious, diabolical breakdown. I loved that movie, and I always wondered, damn, why did they make a part 2? And that was around the time, like, after Martin had said, yo, they trying to kill me. This was like one of the movies that was in Martin's like kind of like big comeback, if you will. Because, you know, Martin said, we will rise as a people on the Arsenio Hall show. And then all of this weird stuff happened. Also, for my younger viewers, you may not know that, but those who are like around my era, leave it in the comments if you remember that whole thing, man, because they gotta tell you. It's like cosmic law or something like that. But anyway, let's keep going with it.
This prank went way too far. Imagine being trapped inside a couch while your friends, instead of helping you, burst out laughing at you. That's exactly what happened to Morgan Sirianni. It all started as a prank, but when it came time to get her out, they just laughed hysterically. She, with all her strength, tried to get off this couch, but she didn't manage to.
Put your elbows down. Okay, now okay.
This is exactly why I don't let my child be around these girls like that. Because you ain't finna kill my daughter because she cuter than you and you mad, you jealous bitch.
You have to protect the family. And there are threats from society that will impact your children and your family.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're in agreement, because for a while, people was acting like, oh, you're just being an overbearing father. She wanted to be free the whole time. Nigga, if you don't get the fuck out of my face, I'm gonna stick my whole foot in your whole ass.
Why would I give a damn what shape the motherfucking earth is? Why would I give a fuck about some shit like that? I will have no choice but still live here and pay bitch ass bills. Shut up.
I have to preface this by saying I'm not on this lady's side. I'm on the side of what's on the other side of the simulation. But my question to this would be, what are you so happy for? Like, how does this impact your gym regimen? You real smiley for why? Now let's start the video.
Just last month, all of the white men in America were literally rallying up, going outside, chanting, white man fight back, white man fight back. What happened to fighting back? Or that only applies when you guys are fighting us blacks? Because there's a white man right now that's literally fucking up your entire livelihood. Why aren't you fighting back? Donald Trump has fucked up the American economy. He's fucked up American agriculture. A lot of you American farmers have now lost your livelihood. You've lost your farms. You understand? Why aren't you fighting back? You white men, you boomers, you people that are on fixed income, he took away your health insurance. Right now, the government shutdown is because this man and his party does not want to give you money in order for you to still be able to afford the premiums that you have now. Why aren't you fighting back? His trade wars has made everyday items more expensive. On top of that, we have lost business as an exporter. You understand? He's now given business to our competitors. Not just that, one of the competitors who have now replaced us as China's #1 soybean supplier, Argentina, Trump just gave them $20 billion of our tax-paying dollars. He gave it to them. Why? Because their economy is failing. What about America? What happened to America first?
Well, I don't know if Christianity talks about this in depth like this, but the Muslims believe before the Antichrist comes, there'll be worldwide famine. It just kind of looks like everything is lining up for us to be on the way to that. But what was you saying, Shaquita?
Why isn't the American white man fighting back? Y'all was chanting this shit. Trump instilled fear in you that made you support, you understand, mass deportations. Because of your racism, your bigotry, you understand, he was able to instill fear in you so that you would support a mass deportation that took away all of your workers. They took all of your workers and now your grocery bills is high.
But that's not because of what she's smiley about. That's because of what Adam and Eve got thrown out over. That's a deeper conversation that we'll talk about over in the member section. Oh, by the way, subscribe to the channel, share the video, all of that good stuff. Become a member, and me and my wife, we break down stuff like that. We just be kicking it. You know how people in the know be doing. But it's not because of what she's saying, and I can't say what it's because of here on YouTube, but you know what it is. There's a bigger picture. The other side of the simulation is the big picture. And that's all I can say about it. Let's finish.
It costs so much more now for you to cook dinner for your family of 3, 4, 5. Why aren't you fighting back? Why aren't you fighting back? Where's the cheese lady? Where's the fucking cheese lady who was counting slices of cheese? Why aren't you fighting back? Nah, this shit actually pisses me off the more that I think about it, because had it been anybody else, y'all would have been outside in fucking droves. And fucking droves ready to fucking take that person's head off. So why aren't you fighting back? Why aren't you fighting back? And this is why I said, you understand, white Americans, racist white Americans are the best fucking people to take orders. Y'all take orders so fucking well. Because if that man told you right now to go and cause havoc, wreak havoc, you would do it. When he told you to go and storm the Capitol, you did it. That man took away your entire livelihood and you're silent.
Well, my next door neighbor, Bob, was like, I don't know what the fuck they talking about. I know Senator's son. And I was like, Bob, goddammit, that's why I like you. He said, shit, crack another brew. So I just had to say that for all my international people that is listening to this bitch and they like, Tamika, what the fuck are you talking about?
The North Pole. Just water. Absolutely nothing to see. Just classic H2O. Keep on sailing by. Or perhaps just ice. It's just ice. It's just a barren wasteland of ice and uninhabitable. Nothing to see. There's nothing to go investigate or anything like that, right? Not according to Gerardus Mercator, who created this map, and this map was released in 1595. Look at all that land. You see that land? 4 huge land masses, 4 waterways or rivers coming out of the center. This is the Rupus Nigra in the center. You got to say that slowly. Or the Black Rock.
Not to be confused with Black Rock, right? But that is strange that you would name yourself something so historically Anunnaki. But let's keep going.
Why are they telling us about this stuff? They just removed this from the maps. Why? They hiding something? Now, there's mythology around this place called Hyperborea. One of these islands is Hyperborea, and it's the land of giants. And they're not like Nephilim, according to the mythology. They're nice people. They're friendly. They're very helpful people. And they live up there in peace, and it's a beautiful area. And some people speculate that this
is something we can't talk about here, because I ain't finna get shadow banned.
He's a complete wimp.
Thank you to my channel members. We said thank you to my channel members. No diddy when I say member. Thank you to my channel members. Fuck you if you're not a member. Nah, I'm just kidding, but seriously, join. Thank you